Rap world, like all of the rappers that you know that never been to jail and never got in any trouble with the law, but they talk as if their life is opposite of that. Like, those are federal informants. Like, you know.
Katt Williams just dropped another wild claim, and the internet is already spinning out like a car with no brakes. The moment Katt opened his mouth, people online jumped straight into detective mode, pointing fingers and connecting dots, and you already know who ended up right in the center of the chaos: Tekashi 6ix9ine. Somehow this man never truly leaves the spotlight.
You think they're really out there?
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's part of the job, is to acquire those. It's like saying, you know, if you're playing chess, do you have any pawns?
He disappears for a few months, pops back up with rainbow hair flying everywhere, and instantly becomes the headline again. Every time folks think the drama is done, boom, his name comes right back up next to talks about cooperating, snitching, and feeding investigators. And now Katt's out here saying dudes are still feeding the feds like it's a full-time job with benefits. But before we even try to unpack all this madness, we gotta rewind, because Katt didn't say this out of nowhere. This new commentary is sitting on top of years, literally years, of Tekashi's name being tied to informant jokes, memes, online debates, street arguments, and endless think pieces.
It doesn't fit. It ain't sh**. And things in this world are starting to not fit. Right now, we have a perfectly suitable clown running the free world. We got a guy whose advice included things that no decent crackhead would tell you to do with a...
His so-called snitch legacy has been floating around hip-hop culture like a never-ending storm cloud. People swear the whole thing ended back in 2019, but every time somebody mentions the word cooperate, his face magically appears in the conversation like a glitch in the Matrix. And this time, Katt didn't just mention it, he poured rocket fuel all over it. Everyone remembers the transformation. Tekashi going from a loud, trolling, flashy internet personality to someone publicly known for cooperating with federal authorities faster than anybody expected. He jumped into the 9-tray lifestyle with full energy, but the streets were saying he wasn't built for it from the start. Still, he pushed his way into that circle until the entire operation came crashing down. And when the feds raided everything in 2018 with charges tied to robberies, shootings, and organized activity, public reports say Tekashi cooperated immediately, faster than the streets had ever seen. Suddenly, the courtroom was filled with headlines, transcripts, documents, and videos of him identifying people, pointing out roles, describing setups, breaking down crew movements, all according to public testimony. Instead of facing decades, he walked away with a 2-year sentence after prosecutors said his cooperation was extremely useful, which had the whole culture stunned. By 2019, the label Snitch for Life was slammed on his back, and the memes were running wild. The internet clowned him non-stop, jokes, edits, GIFs, everything. But the most unbelievable part? Even after everything went public, even after walking out of prison with a shorter sentence than anyone expected, Tekashi stepped back onto the scene acting like the reset button had been pressed on his reputation, like his past evaporated, like the culture forgot. And this is where Meek Mill enters the chat, because Meek wasn't scared to say out loud what everybody else was whispering. Back in 2018, before things completely blew up, Meek gave Tekashi one of the realest warnings ever during an interview. He basically told him, "Bro, the energy you put out will come back to you. Slow down before your own behavior catches up."
Doing it stupid at this point. I know you might have got on from doing it and it worked out to be able to make some money, but I think you need to slow down. I think you're beefing with too many people right now. You putting the wrong energy out, and the world will deliver the energy that you're putting out. Like, you delivering a gangster type of energy now. He locked up in the middle of some shit. So, you know, you gave out that energy, you kind of got that energy back. I seen him one time and I was like, yo, I want to holler at you real quick. He was like, all right, I'm gonna holler at you in a second. And I was gonna tell him like things, not talking about prison, just like, yo.
That was Meek trying to help, at least according to the streets. But Tekashi heard that and still kept pushing buttons. Instead of cooling off, Tekashi went nuclear. He jumped online calling Meek Mill fake, saying he wasn't a real street dude. That turned the tension into a wildfire. By 2020, the entire back and forth exploded into pure toxicity. Meek got on X and threw a direct grenade. I hope that rat going live to apologize to the people he told on, or the victim. He didn't stop there. He added more pressure, saying someone left his baby mom and child like a coward, referencing a situation people online were already discussing. It was messy, raw, and unfiltered. Tekashi fired back instantly, dropping the infamous line, "Imagine having a newborn baby coming to the world and be pressed about a Mexican with rainbow hair." That comment sent shockwaves everywhere. He wasn't just provoking Meek, he was crossing personal lines. Meek responded with more insults, calling him a keyboard informant, accusing him of clout chasing behind a badge of protection, and saying he pretends to care about justice to impress wealthy audiences. Then Tekashi dropped Gooba, and Meek jumped online again to drag him, calling the track trash and saying, "We heard that bull, LOL." Tekashi clapped back and tried flipping the narrative, accusing Meek of only talking justice when cameras were rolling. Their feud turned into an online circus with millions watching. And then came the 2021 Atlanta parking lot moment. Chaotic, heated, and pure internet gold. Meek said Tekashi waited outside the club for him, claiming people tried to set something up behind the scenes. That clip went viral instantly. To many people online, this became proof that Tekashi loved pushing the limits with dudes who actually came from the streets.
Fuck you! That's a fuck you! Hey, it was security! This is security? That's security, you pussy! Look! Shut up! Shut up! And you with a cop! And look, you tight! And you with police! And you with police! Look, that the cop! That cop!
Some said he felt invincible because of all the federal attention around him, like he was living inside a bubble no one could pop. But the real drama kicked in when people online started whispering about something deeper, that Tekashi might have had some type of extended cooperation arrangement because of how he handled a few past violations without major consequences. Users online were pointing out that he got caught slipping multiple times, yet somehow walked away clean, making people throw out theories like, "Bro is basically working for the government. He ain't just snitched once. He's still snitching." Comments exploded. One user said Katt was definitely talking about 6ix9ine. Another said, "Dude been a snitch and still is." And someone else added, "Katt telling without telling, man's a genius." And that's the craziest part. Katt didn't name anybody, but the internet connected the dots immediately. To make things even more ironic, Tekashi started calling other rappers snitches, even dropping diss tracks accusing Young Thug of cooperating. That sent shock throughout the hip-hop community. Comments flew everywhere. Pot calling kettle black, rat calling other rats. Wasn't he accused of the same thing? The internet couldn't believe he had the nerve. Tekashi defended himself by saying the guys he cooperated against weren't my real homies, so it doesn't count. But the streets jumped on him fast. "You ate with them, traveled with them, filmed videos with them. Stop lying." This response is exactly why Katt's new comments hit harder than usual. He didn't say anything brand new. He just echoed what folks online have been debating for years. Some users claim Tekashi never stopped cooperating. Not in 2018, not in 2019, not after he got out, maybe not even today, at least according to the non-stop online rumors. That's why Katt's statement connected all the dots. The quick sentence, the protected feel, the constant drama, the beefs he instigates without real consequences, the legal slip-ups that vanish, the trolling, the boldness, everything. Katt dropped one sentence. "Rappers working for the Fed." And instantly the internet said, "Oh yeah, he's talking about that rainbow-haired dude." Whether fair or unfair, the reaction was instant and explosive. So now everyone's arguing again. Was Tekashi looking out for himself? Was he avoiding danger? Did he break the street code? Did he save his own life? Or is the internet stretching everything for clicks and views?
I do not give a f. I don't care. I don't give a fuck. Since I came home, y'all know it. I wore my day one. Yeah, I did it in what? I'm outside. Y'all know I'm outside. Outside. I never told on my friends. I don't tell on my friends. Like, them wasn't my mans. Y'all know they wasn't my mans. That's what hurt y'all. Like, damn, like, he's right. Oh.
Nobody agrees. That's why the debate is louder than ever. Did Katt Williams say too much? Or did he finally say the thing people have been whispering behind closed doors for years? Drop your thoughts in the comments, because this conversation is about to get even wilder. And don't forget to like, subscribe, share, and comment to support the Mick Trip channel, because this story is far from over.